Today's video, we're going to be watching a duo versus trio match at Camden 2 Park in Milan, Illinois. It's myself and George versus Chris, Adam, and Zero. So let's get into it, guys. How's it going, everyone? Let me turn down this sports radio. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's currently May 5th. I'm on my way to Milan, Illinois to go play Camden 2. Shout out Chris Sprague. This is going to be a weekend full of disc golf. I think this is the first disc golf trip I've taken that has not included a tournament in probably 8 years. I'm going to play disc golf for fun. Sometimes you gotta do that, you know, like fall back in love with the game that you once loved a lot just to play. Admittedly, in the past, I guess I just said 8 years, competition disc golf has been everything to me. It kind of makes you lose your love for it a bit, but this is gonna help a little bit. So as I sit at this red light, I am going to be checking out a new pair of shoes here. We have the Nike Pegasus. I went with the non-Gore-Tex, if anyone wondered. The Gore-Tex ones have like this neoprene or whatever type thing going around your heel. That to me just screams of stinky feet. So I figured I want to try the non-Gore-Tex first. But hitting the road, we're gonna go play some disc golf. I'm excited. Got fishing poles, got golf clubs back there. Hey, we're gonna play some golf this weekend. It's gonna be a fun weekend with the boys. I can't wait. All right, so here we are at Camden 2, hole number 1. This hole's about 325, I believe. You're going over a ravine. You didn't hit the first tree? Down there, you can see at the bottom middle of the screen. And over to the top on the other side, as Adam hits a tree and kicks into uh-oh land. So if you happen to go down there, that's at least a bogey. So next we have Zero up here. Gets his drive turned over a bit, hits a tree, and drops down. Here's George showing a fairway driver as well. He also hits a tree and is not good, but luckily my Matrix is here to save the day. This course is beautiful. It was put in by Chris Sprague and his helping team. As you can see the elevation here if you're down at the bottom on the other side. And that was their best shot. And there's my tap in for 2. Here's George on hole 2. This hole's probably about 250, 245. You go over these trees there in the middle that are kind of broken but put back into the ground. And I throw it a little high. I think I clip a tree. Here's Adam. And I should also say that the backside of the screen runs away pretty good. You'll see that in a moment too. And Zero throws to the right, catches a tree, kicks to the middle. And Chris throws a shot there and just pulls it over a bit as well. And so here we are. George making a nice putt there. So to Adam's left here, as he tries his just edge of circle 2 look, that's pretty much a straight drop off into a similar creek like hole 1 that we crossed to get over. Unfortunately, Chris doesn't convert there, so now we are up 2 down, 2 even. Hole 3 here is a 360-ish foot turnover
George
shot.
Is kind of cracked. It faded out of
I didn't think his shot was going to stay turned over enough there, but it ended up being okay. You really want your disc to finish about between 12 and 1 o'clock. I threw my Matrix high there, and it just don't give it enough. And here's Adam throwing an MD2, I believe, MD3 rather. Just a beautiful shot. He actually gets that to hold over nicely. And Chris pulls over to the right, unfortunately. And Zero probably throwing a Valkyrie, not a Viking, which is very rare for him. Puts one down there, just doesn't quite turn over. So here you see we're left with about 33 feet or so. And both of us just hit the cage. And there's where Adam's drive landed. That's a nice birdie for them.
All right, this is par 5.
So through 3 now, it is 2 down to 1 down.
Shoot the gap. And
hole 4 is a par 5. You want to go through this little V gap you see in front, just as Zerob's doing. There is a couple more plays. You can throw a sidearm to the left. There's kind of like I think that's a cherry tree blocking the view over there. As Adam follows suit, throws it a little bit tighter, hits a tree, but I think has a pretty similar result. Or you can throw, if you look at the top right of the middle gap, kind of where Chris just threw a shot, it makes like a V that direction. There's like a smaller V. You can throw a driver through that gap and actually get very aggressive.
That's a birdie.
So George actually threw the layup over there on the left that I was referring to. So I'm trying to take a trace and go very aggressively. And I hit the big tree splitting the two V's. And we end up having to go with George's.
There. I went for it. He let me do it.
So you can see we're on quite a bit of a slope here. George threw an immaculate shot if his goal was to go into the creek. And I'm trying to get aggressive with my Tesla here. I'm probably about 290 feet from where I want to be. And I threw that about 350, so we went to the woods deep.
I went way over there.
And now you can actually see where, from zero up here, you can see the gap on the top of the hill.
We're not counting it.
They're probably in the mid to upper 200s to get to the good spot. And he sticks on that hill, which you don't see too often. And Adam pretty much does the same thing. They both got kind of lucky for staying there. Chris tries the sidearm, which he doesn't do a lot with the big turnovers, and it just rolls out.
I threw terrible. We're not going to film the shot. Just know we're throwing our third shot. They all threw from there. They're probably up and down.
And I make it clear, just say, no, we're throwing our third shot, and we're in a really bad spot. We were able to get out to here. We're still probably about 50 feet away. As George gives that a subtle run. And I also give it a pretty bad run. So, this is their shot for birdie, I believe. And Zero putted so well all weekend, so good putt for them. It's 2 down to 2 down. Hole number 5 is just over 500 feet.
Right side's OB. That's going left a bit.
There's heavy trees on the left, and on the right there's a fence line that plays the whole way. Like he was kind of contesting with that shot. And the basket ends up finishing down a chute with the OB right to the right the whole time. As you can see, George's shot here, this is going to be a little bit left. If the perfect shot is a slow popping up like 480 to 525-ish shot. I'm going after it. My timing is horrible.
That's why you don't take steps off the...
I don't know what I'm saying right there, but... So here you can see they're going to throw an Annie forehand here and try to get this to hold. You can see that sign on the right that says like no trespassing. I give it a little bit better view from this angle. And here is Zero trying the same thing. He threw that out of bounds. And last we have Chris here. He just hits one of the trees that's on the edge there and drops.
Let's get straight through there.
So we are maybe 175 feet through a very tight gap. Both of us hit it pretty well, but there was a tree blocking at the very end. So Chris throws a nice upshot there. As you can see, they're trying to get Adam's disc out of a tree.
Oh, he hit it.
Look at that. Hit it with the baseball, too. It didn't fall down. Of course, we ended up getting it. I've had a bad string of getting discs stuck in trees lately. Here we go. Chris already threw, so this is a zero shot. Pretty much lands exactly where Chris did. Adam likes to try to make them, but unfortunately hits a tree. So here's our putt after hitting the tree. We're just outside the circle, I believe.
Oh my God.
And he cashes it. And then there is an epic spit out from Ol Z-Rib. These are mock X's, by the way, too. See if Adam can save him, hopefully. And he does. So now we're on to hole 6. It is 3 down to 2 down.
1-stroke lead.
And this is a par 4. It's in the 500-foot range, and this green is so steep, as is the fairway once you clear about 375 feet. So I threw the shot you're kind of looking for. Keep it on the right side, push straight, and then have a strong fade at the end. It's easy on this hole to go left, as you'll see. I think at least 2 of them do here.
So many times. I can't get my push.
Well, Zerab actually hit the gap a little better. It still looked like it was on a decently hyzered angle, so it's going to fade out for him as well. So lastly, we deal with Chris here. He puts kind of high on an ante. He was dealing with timing issues for most of this round, trying to get back into the swing of things. So here you can see that I'm way above them, and you can see the baskets below and on a slope. But when we go to make our putt, you'll really see how sloped the green is.
So the green on this hole is gnarly. You'll see in a second.
All right, so that little stump deal is like 20 feet, so we're probably like 30-something feet. Maybe not even. And I just putted that a little bit low. I'm not really mad about it, though. It's a decent putt.
All right, we got a bagger.
And George came to putt. So that is the eagle there. So I think it's 5 down to 3 down at the moment.
You could just
Hole number 7 is just an uphill, easy shot in this position, maybe 200 feet. But you're throwing very, very far above your head. So I put mine into the circle there. Adam's from the primer is probably going to go a little deep to the right.
Oh, that's so lucky. Oh, yeah.
And here's your rib. Just leaves it a little bit low. Adam leaves it a little high. And Chris missed as well, and I was able to tap in the birdie there. So hole 8, once again, common thing here. I think this hole's probably like, if I had to guess, it's like 530, maybe a little less. You got these stumps in the middle cut, angled at like a 45-degree angle that really get in your head. And for the first time playing this hole, I hit them. And Zerab also hit them. I've probably played this hole like 50 times, and I've never hit them until that moment.
I mean, I'm sad. I'll be able to figure it out.
All right, last year we have Adam to save our cards driving, and he does. He throws a very nice shot down there.
That's a birdie.
And here's our upshot. We probably have 220 feet to the hole, maybe a little less. And this green is crazy too. I think it's 3-tiered with a severe rollaway to the right. As we watch their upshots here.
Good shot, Z.
Here we are just kind of laying up. Kind of giving it runs from like 80 feet or so.
Zerab, tapping birdie, us par.
All right, hole 9. A pretty civil hole, right around 250.
That might go in.
And wouldn't you believe...
That's so...
And they also birdied the last hole, sorry.
Shot, though.
And wouldn't you believe that there is a drop-off right behind the green once again? And Zerab almost aced it. And here's Adam giving his ace run. He's got the if you're not first, you're last mentality. And he goes way across it. And boy, was that a shank. I'm asking it to sit, but it went deep to the right. Here's George. He threw that a little bit low. Good line. That's probably going to leave us with like a 60-footer. As you can see here. I'll eventually pan this over after he putts so you can watch it run the basket. And now he goes down the hill. So I have a decision to make.
Right there.
I didn't feel like making him film, so I decided I was going to leave my camera here. And if it goes in, I make the putt. And I do make the putt. Oh, there's the funny caption. That makes me laugh. All right, so now we have them running it from deep of the basket.
That was really.
Couple good runs. And just a little high from Chris. That was a great chance. And almost made it for him. Alright guys, so unfortunately, this video was about to be like an hour long. So instead of making this video all one video, I'm cutting it up this week. Quick little update too. Moving back to first shifts after next week. Summer Camp Music Festival this weekend. Tournaments are going to start kicking off in full spring, full-fledged, whatever you want to say. But yeah, this is already 15 minutes long. I didn't want to, my nose is peeling. I didn't want to just make a video that long on my channel. But there is the front nine. And guys, I promise this comes down to the very last putt. And there might even have to be extra holes. So thanks for watching. Thanks so much, Hunters, MVP, and Paragon. And I will see you guys in the next one.